everyone, I'm Mind, and this is set number 71818, Tournament Battle Arena from the LEGO Ninjago theme. This set contains 659 pieces, 6 minifigures, and will retail for $49.99 in the US, as well as most places in Europe, when it officially releases on June 1st in most of the world, or August 1st in North America. This set was set to be early for review by the LEGO Group through the LEGO Ambassador Network, but all opinions expressed in this video are my own. I'm doing early reviews of all of the Summer 2024 Ninjago sets, so let me know in the comments which set you want to see an early review of next. And if you like this kind of content and you want to see more by leaving a like on this video and subscribing to the channel, it'll help to put my videos in your feed as soon as they're posted, and also does a ton to help support me and the channel. So thank you all very much for your support, and now let's get into the review. So here's the build of the Tournament Battle Arena, and this is yet another set that I feel like the box art just doesn't do justice. When I first saw this set, I was like, wow, that looks really cool, but this is supposed to be $50 and have 659 pieces? Like, it just didn't seem like that could be true. But building up and having it in hand, it's actually significantly deeper than I expected. There is quite a bit more to this set, and honestly, this might be my favorite set of the wave. Actually, no, there is at least one other that I prefer, but this one is really good. This is one of those sets that strikes the perfect balance of being very fun for play, while also not looking bad. Because if you want to just put minifigures on it, stick it on a shelf, this looks nice. My favorite detail is this statue at the back, which I'll take a closer look at in a moment, but that is a really good build. But there's easy ways to set this up for display. However, there is multiple play features all throughout that don't really detract from the looks at all. Because just looking at this, you can probably see these knobs right here, but nothing else really sticks out as, oh, that's there for a play feature. No, this seems like a complete build by itself. So let's take a look at each section. First, each of these sections can be detached and removed, and that's so you can mix and match this set with the big Tournament Temple City set, as well as the little polybag that's coming out this wave, but they all connect with some Technic pins, so you can rearrange this if you want. Like, if I want to put the statue over here, I can. There we go, I shuffled everything to the side, but this is a perfectly valid orientation. And again, there's more Technic pins at the back if you want to expand this further. You want to buy multiples of the set and make it bigger? Sure. You want to add the polybag in, you want to add it to the big set of the wave, all those are options you have. But let me start on this left side here. So there's a bridge to get to this section, and you can see this is just a little platform with a giant drum on it. There's a stick on each side to hit the drum, so you can remove that, put it in a minifigure hand, and that can like kick off the tournament if you want. But that also serves as a play feature too, because there's this little Technic piece that sticks out right here. And if you pull out on it, that'll actually remove the drum from the top and launch it downwards, and obviously crush anyone that gets in its path. That's a fairly common concept for a play feature, but I think it's implemented quite well. The drum itself doesn't connect to the build at all, it just hangs here loosely, but because it is so heavy, it's not really just going to fall off when you're moving this around. You do actively have to grab this and push it over. And like, if you don't care about play features at all and you just want this for display, you could probably cover this part up maybe a little bit more, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal. This looks good. It doesn't scream play feature to me. There's stickers on each side of the drum. This just has the Tournament of Sources logo on it. That's Ninjago letter T, Ninjago letter S, and of course the Ninjago letter O and F right here. TOF, Tournament of Sources. Down here there's a little banner which again has half of that logo, and that's most what there is to that section. And then we come to the center, and this is simple, but this might be the best part. This is where the tournament's taking place. This is where the characters are fighting. So you pick out two characters in the set, you put them on this platform, and you make them fight. So for example, I've got Evil, Jay, and Sora on here, and I can just go like this, and oh, it looks like Jay won, but Sora still fell off. Let's try that again, see what happens. Oh, Jay won that time. But yeah, that's a great little play feature because you can actually have the battle happen right here, or it's just awesome for posing, because these platforms allow you to get much more dynamic poses out of your minifigures. So if you just have this on a shelf, it can look like they're mid-battle. So it's great for that too. On the left side right here, we have a little weapon rack and a tree. This reminds me a lot of the Ninjago sets that I played with as a kid, and part of that's because they had the spinner game back then, but weapon racks were a very common thing, and I know when I was a kid, I loved them, because when I was imagining my characters having like a tournament or something, they would go up here and they would pick their weapon, and that's what they would use in battle. So I think for kids especially, this is great. You can have your characters come over here, pay out a weapon, and swap it out. There's just even more options for play. But again, from a display standpoint, this also looks really good. Weapon rack is just inherently cool looking. And there's a little bit of a tree right here that uses orange as well as the new dark orange color on the leaf, which that's a very cool color for that part. It's used a lot more in the big Tournament Temple City set, but it's cool that it's brought over in this set too. Then finally, we have this middle section with the stairs that lead up to this statue, and this statue is easily the best part of this set. This is a statue of not Sensei Wu, but it looks a lot like Sensei Wu, and this genuinely impressed me when I put it together, because I was like, what am I looking at? But then I realized these are minifigure legs just like crossed at the bottom here. And like, they captured the minifigure shape surprisingly well for such a small build. I am genuinely so impressed by this. They've got that iconic beard too flowing down. And the arms of the statue are on ball joints too, so you can move them around a little bit. In one hand, it holds a stickered scroll piece, and this once again says Tournament of the Sources, or T of the S. Well, on the other hand, we have this all-new molded dragon piece for this wave. Now, this comes in a total of 3 sets, I believe. 2 in gold and 1 in trans orange. But this is a really elaborate mold in such a tiny part, and I'm very happy to see it included here. It makes for a great decoration. Then on the statue's back, we have 2 different stickered banners that again have that Tournament of Sources symbol on it. And if we look at the platform that he sits on the side right here, we have this giant dragon symbol. That's stickered and it's on both sides. And I assume that's meant to be one of the source dragons. But you can see it's probably quite old because it's like cracked. But that looks really cool too. There's also some leaves right here to cover up some of the ugly tactic bits, which I do appreciate. And that is once again on both sides. And finally, there is a play feature with this section as well. If you pull out on this red lip right here, these stairs at the front will collapse. So if you have a minifigure standing on them, they're gonna fall off. They snap right back into place though when you push it, and they don't even feel too wobbly when you have it fully in. But yeah, yet another very well made play feature that's hidden away quite well too. That lip is on the back, so if you just have it on a shelf, you're not gonna see it. And from the front, these just look like normal stairs. And that's about everything there is to the build of this set. I honestly really love it. These play features are very fun and unobtrusive. It's a nice little display piece on the shelf. I like that it's customizable and you can rearrange it as well as combine it with other sets. And the absolute highlight is that Wu statue back there. Like, that shaping is truly incredible. It looks just like a minifigure. I cannot believe they got it in such a small scale. However, despite the build of this set being quite good, the minifigures might be even better. So now let's take a look at them, and then I'll talk about the price and everything else at the end of this video. Here are the first 2 minifigures in this set. We have an all-new version of Kai and an all-new version of Sora. These are their all-new suits for Ninjago Dragon's Rising Season 2 Part 2, the Tournament of Sources, and all of the original ninja share a very similar design, though Sora, Wildfire, and Aaron each have their own unique designs. But yeah, the original ninja all have their element represented in the top right corner. You can see Kai's got like a little bit of fire there, as well as a reference to their element written out in Ninjago. So on Kai's torso it says MOF, which means Master of Fire, and you can see the Fire Source Dragon symbol is also right here, which is quite cool, especially because we have a set of that Source Dragon this wave. Besides that though, these suits are very similar to the original tournament suits back in 2015, and those are some of my favorite suits of all time, and these definitely do a good job of harkening back to it. I think Sleeveless looks amazing on these minifigures just because yellow goes so well with the ninja's colors, and I like the sort of dragon scale design that all the ninja have too. That's really cool. Now in terms of color scheme, Kai uses bright yellow on this, which I don't know how I feel about that. It's a fine color, but that's a color that Jay typically uses. It's not really a Kai color. It looks okay with the red, but I much would have preferred like bright orange instead. I feel like that just works a lot better. Still though, there's the golden trim that all the ninja have, and you can see he's got a season 11 symbol in the corner. And also there is shoe printing, because I saw in some of the official images he does not have that, but no, that is on the figure. Not sure why it's not in the official images. In terms of accessories, you can see he comes with his double-bladed sword, as well as 2 katanas to be kept in a scabbard around the back. Now the scabbard is an all-new piece for this wave. All the ninja have it. You can see it's got this new smaller little shoulder blade and room around the back to hold 2 swords. And this is very similar to the Skybound armor piece, though obviously updated. And something cool about this is you may have noticed this sword that's in Kai's other hand, that's shorter than a standard katana. This is an all-new piece for this wave. It comes in pretty much every set. And this new armor piece can hold the normal swords or the new shorter swords. So you can have one of each, which is what most of the ninja have. And that's a very cool new option. I really love that part. The ninja are back to using their movie faces. They no longer use their Dragon's Rising faces. I'm sure they'll go back to the Dragon's Rising faces once they get full hoods again, but those faces just don't work as well with half masks. And then turning this guy around, you can see the back torso print where he's got the Source Dragon symbol once again with his symbol embedded in the forehead. And these back torso prints might be my favorite parts of these figures. That looks absolutely awesome. I especially love the black stroke around the symbol. It makes it really pop, really stand out. So super cool minifigure overall. This is also the cheapest set that this guy comes in, so if you want this Kai minifigure, this is probably the best way to do it, though he does also come in one bigger set. And then Sora finally has a new suit, which I'm super happy to see because she's one of the main characters of the new show, but in the January and March wave, she just reused her suit from last year, even though all the original ninja got new suits. Unfortunately, she does not come with her armor piece in this set. However, some of the sets do come with extras of the armor pieces. I don't believe this was one of them. However, if you get more than one set, chances are you may get an extra of that armor piece that you can put onto her, because she does come with it in other sets, just weirdly not this one. She does have that cat symbol on the back, though, that she always uses, and she does keep her printed arm, which is nice to see. Torso and leg print, though, is really good. I'm happy to see, like, a proper ninja suit for her, because previously it was more of, like, a street racer kind of outfit with a ninja hood on top, which was cool. I really like the original Sora figure, but this one does seem more ninja-like to me. Her color scheme is still fantastic, and I like the little cat bits all throughout. Probably not my favorite ninja suit of this wave, but still very good. I would have liked if she matched the rest of the ninjas, same thing with Aaron and Wildfire. All the new ninja get, like, unique suits while all the original ninja match each other, so it would have been cool if all 9 matched, but I am happy at the very least to get a new outfit for Sora, and to see her new hairpiece again, because that came in one set earlier this year, but now it's in multiple sets this wave as well, and it fits perfectly with the half mask. Face print underneath the half mask, by the way, it's just the same one she's always had. She's powered up and smiling on one side, and not powered up and angry on the other side. And just like Kai, this is the cheapest set that this figure comes in. So yeah, very happy to get a new suit for Sora. I think it looks awesome. Not as cool as the original Ninja, but it's just awesome in general to have a new suit for her. But then coming to the next two figures, these are probably the two most exciting ones in the entire set. We have a new version of Tox, and we have Evil J. Now, Tox is an elemental master, the master of poison from Season 4 Tournament of Elements. And this is not our first Tox minifigure, but this is the first Tox minifigure in a Ninjago set. Because back in 2015 when they were making Season 4, the Master of Poison and Master of Invisibility were not designed for the show. No, they were actually taken from another LEGO theme, Ultra Agents, which was out during that time, and their designs were just reused for Ninjago. I think this was a really smart idea because the Ultra Agents designs were super cool, but because of that, they never came in a Ninjago set, they were only in Ultra Agent sets. Well, with this wave, it looks like the designers wanted to create official Ninjago versions of these characters, so both Tox and Pale Man come in these sets, but with all new Ninjago-specific versions, and that is so cool to see. Tox here does have a tournament suit similar to the Ninja, where she is sleeveless, but her design has been drastically overhauled. Unlike Pale Man, who is mostly the same with some slight design changes, Tox is very, very different. She now uses this mohawk piece, which I think is awesome. It fits her a lot better than her previous hairpiece, and her accessory is this arrow blade but in purple, which that's a very, very cool color for that part, and I think that fits her really well too. Love that torso print on her, the vest with the purple shirt underneath, it feels very punk. And that leg print is pretty similar to her original leg print, and I think that matches her entire outfit fairly well. I'm actually not sure if that's new for this figure, I think that might be from LEGO City, but regardless, it fits this design, and that torso print is absolutely new. New face print too, she now has cheekbones, which is an interesting change. But there's a lot more personality to this face than she used to have. And on her back torso print, you can see she's got her name in jargon, as well as like this poison symbol right here. But then we have what might be the most exciting figure of this entire wave. I don't know, there's a lot of figures I like this wave, but this one's definitely up there. We have Evil J. So yes, this is Jay. He's been recruited by the Wolf Clan, it seems, because he has the Wolf Moon symbols on his torso. He's still sticking with the blue color scheme, but now he's got black as a secondary color. And it's all dark blue too, there's no regular blue, which is what he typically uses. He also uses that new armor piece that Kai and the rest of the Ninja use, though he's the only minifigure to use it in black instead of gold. And that's a very, very cool color for that part, super ominous. His accessory too looks to be like evil nunchucks of lightning. I doubt these are the actual nunchucks of lightning because the golden weapons are gone, but they're built the same way as the nunchucks of lightning, and there is lightning coming out of them. But let me remove those so you can see the figure a little bit better. But yeah, wow, look at this outfit. I think it perfectly combines like a J suit with the Wolf Clan aesthetic, because he has like that lighter blue that all the Wolf Clan used, but also these yellow lightning effects all throughout. The dragon power face also fits really well with this figure, though of course you can turn it around and just use his normal face instead. And if you're curious, there's how that looks. There's a bit of metallic blue used on the torso too, especially at the top and on the sides. That looks awesome too, just really adds to the overall aesthetic of everything. And this is a great transition from the torso into the legs, it's super smooth. This is a phenomenal minifigure and so cool to get. And removing the armor, taking a look at the back torso print, you can see he also has the Wolf Clan symbol here. And it's that metallic blue, but it's outlined in yellow, and he's got this lightning just erupting from it. I cannot wait to see this character in the show, this is such an exciting concept. And they really went all out with this minifigure, entirely new color scheme, entirely new pieces. This dual molded hood is obviously exclusive in these colors, and I think they did a really good job of making this clearly a J suit, like it's got the lightning on it, it does feel like J, while also pulling over the Wolf Clan color scheme, and making him feel like truly a villain. And then he does of course use his Dragon's Rising face, as I mentioned, with the dragon power on one side and the angry face on the other. Very, very curious to see where this goes. Both of these figures, by the way, are exclusive to this set, they do not come in any other set this wave, so if you want these two, this is the only way to do it. Then we come to Cinder, another minifigure that's exclusive to this set, and this is another all-new version for this wave. We got Cinder obviously earlier this year in his Wolf Clan outfit, but now it looks like he's more fully embraced his element for the Tournament of Sources. First thing I want to talk about is this armor piece. This is an all-new armor piece for this wave, and it's very cool. It's the armor that Cinder wears in the show when he's like being powered up by the wolf mask and he's about to do Shatter Spin. It's got like the claw on one side and the fur on the other, and like this little emblem in the center. There's a few things I want to say about this armor piece. Number one, it's a little bit of a shame it's not printed, because in the show this is red in the center, and I think that really would have added a lot to this armor piece, even if it is still a cool part regardless. The other thing is, I don't know if this armor is backwards, because in the show he does wear it the other way around. Yeah, so far from what we've seen in the show, this is the correct way to have it. However, in the instructions they tell you to put it the other way around, on the box art he's got it the other way around, and while this guy only comes in this set, Jordana has this armor in other sets, and she also has it the other way around in both sets that she comes in. So from Season 2 Part 1, this is more accurate, but I can't tell you how it's going to look in Season 2 Part 2, so I'm showing you both versions just in case. But anyway, let me remove that so you have a better look at the figure. So obviously you can see his elements now fully engrossed in his torso. He's using gunmetal gray now instead of the dark blue. But he still has that purple belt with the Wolf Clan symbol, however it's now the red Wolf Clan symbol because the blood moon is now passed. Something else cool is the smoke on his torso is like a metallic red in addition to the metallic silver. I think that's awesome, it really shows he's being powered up by the blood moon energy. And turning him around, he still has the Wolf Clan symbol around the back, but now it is that striking red with the purple belt, again to represent their new color scheme. The face print's the same as the first wave, but I've always thought this was awesome. The face is a little discolored, it's not the correct LEGO yellow, but I think it works fine for a Master of Smoke. Would have liked if that was improved, but this has been an issue with LEGO for years. It's not happening anytime soon. However, yeah, I like how his face is sort of turning into smoke and he's getting engulfed in it. And that's printed on a transparent black headpiece too, which is awesome. Speaking of transparent parts, one arm is transparent black. That might be hard to see. But yeah, this one right here is transparent black, which is very neat. And then you can see he has an all-new ghost tail piece, which actually I'm not the biggest fan of. I wouldn't have minded it so much if he came with an alternate leg piece, but he just doesn't. And I feel like this also just doesn't represent his element the best. I think they would have been better off using the piece they used for like Energy Nia or the Sandman from LEGO Dreams. That like tail piece that you attach the legs to rather than replace the legs with. I feel like that would have captured the element of smoke significantly better. But I suppose this is a fine option. It would not be how I designed it though. Still, the rest of this minifigure is amazing and I'm very happy to get a new version of Cinder. Super cool character in the show. And great inclusion in this set. And then the final minifigure in this set is one of the new Wolf Mask warriors for this wave. They're of course just the generic villains in the army, but they really changed their designs and they look truly incredible. They match the new Blood Moon color scheme, so instead of being dark blue, now they're gunmetal gray with purple and red on them. And this mask piece is the same one from the first wave, but of course it's been recolored to be dual molded in purple and red. I had mixed feelings on these guys at first from official pictures. The purple and red contrast a lot more than the dark blue and cyan did earlier this year. But the more I look at this figure, the more I like it, especially with the torso print and everything. And the level of detail here is unsurprisingly phenomenal. We have lots of metallic printing for the armor at the top and on the belt. And I love these red spikes that sort of come out the sides. These guys really feel like they've been corrupted by this power. Also, I'm ignoring the biggest thing about these figures, these arms coming out the back. These are an all new part for this wave, this like red spectral energy, and it attaches onto like one of these Outrider neck attachments. But wow, this looks really, really cool. Because of the way they're attached, you can like fold them in or move them out, as well as like rotate them around if you want. And with them on, it gives you so many more options for posing the minifigures, because you could just use them as extra limbs to balance. And they just feel so unnatural and inhuman like this. It's a fantastic villain design. I really, really love this. Here's a look at the figure with back attachment removed, which is definitely significantly weaker. I think without the back attachment, I do prefer the Wolf Mask Warriors from earlier this year, but the color scheme is still quite cool, and there's look the back torso print too where they have the Red Wolf Clan logo, as well as more of that metallic armor. Now the face print underneath on this guy unfortunately is just the same one from earlier this year, and I'm in two minds about that. On the one hand, you're never really going to see this, they don't take their masks off in the show, so I think it's perfectly fine that it's like nothing that interesting. That being said, these color schemes don't match this figure at all. Their heads are still dark blue, which is just not a color they use anymore. So it would have been nice if they updated it with a red version, but that is far from my biggest concern of this wave. With the mask on, they look great, and that's all that really matters. So yeah, I know the purple and red color scheme is not one that everybody likes, and I'm actually curious to hear your thoughts in the comments. Do you like these guys or do you hate these guys? Because I heard very divisive opinions from the reveal. But the more I look at them, the more time I spend with them, I've actually come to like these figures more and more. And I'm happy that one was included in this set. And so, what are my overall thoughts on this set? I think this set is fantastic. If you're a fan of Ninjago and you're going to get anything from this wave, it should probably be this set. One thing I haven't touched on too much yet is the price, and I think the price for this one is exactly what it should be. I will say it feels a little bit smaller than $50 sets typically are, but it's far from like the smallest $50 set I've seen. But considering we have 6 minifigures, 3 of which are exclusive and all of which this is the cheapest way to get them, and 659 pieces, I think 50 is more than fair for this. I won't call it an amazing value, but it is a perfectly good value. I'm critical of overpriced sets, and this is just not one of them. But yeah, the minifigure selection here is obviously the highlight. You get Evil J, you get the new Cinder, you get the new Tox, as well as this being the cheapest way to get Kai, the cheapest way to get Sora, and the cheapest way to get one of the new Wolf Mask Warriors, if you're not counting the polybag, but this is the cheapest way to get them with their new arms. It's a great display piece, and it's a fantastic playset. And if you're planning on getting the Tournament Temple City, number 1, between those two sets, you get every minifigure from this wave, aside from the exclusive Mech Cole and the Cole Mech set. And number 2, the two sets combined together, which, by the way, if you want to see that, go check out my review of the Tournament Temple City that's up already on my channel. But yeah, in terms of this set, I highly recommend it. For any Ninjago fan, this is one you should absolutely absolutely pick up. Would have liked if it was a little bit cheaper, but it's pretty great all things considered. But of course, those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think of this set in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on it and subscribe to my channel if you're new. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, let me know in the comments which Ninjago set you want to see an early review on next. But as for this one, I think that's about all I have to say, so thanks for watching everybody, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!